Like 96 CPU.
What?
I said I'm running like 96 CPU, 95 memory. Boy, it's a slow computer.
You maybe need to delete some stuff.
There's really not like we've got a full terabyte of memory on this thing. It's the RAM that's getting slowed down. This is an old computer.
Mm, well,
Yeah.
I have nothing to say to that.
No, you don't.
That's a good cold open.
Yeah, I'm trying to delete or close a browser tab without accidentally closing out of the
Oh,
meeting as well.
oh, sure. Please don't do that.
Yeah, I'll try.
It'll take you another 4 years to log on.
All right. You ready to do this?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to Words Are Hard, a writing and editing podcast. I'm your host, Ramsay, the extrovert in charge of keeping the conversation flowing.
And I'm your other host, Rachel, editor, indie author, and now librarian
For a little while.
for a little while. I'm just going to keep adding and rotating out
Yeah.
things that I'm doing.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, so you're librarian at the school you used to teach at, right?
Yes. Just for the last 2 months of school, I'm just helping out part-time in the mornings.
Hmm.
Um, so that's been fun. Today was my first day. I got to, you know, check books out, put books
Yeah.
back on the shelf. That was pretty fantastic.
Real left lane for you there, isn't it?
I know, I know. I
Yeah.
did also get to read silly books to a class full of 4-year-olds and then um, first grade. And then
Okay.
I helped some of the other elementary classes. But I taught middle school,
Hmm.
teach. I still do, but the one class. So I know all of them, but
Yeah.
I don't know the littles, and they only know me as my kid's mom.
Oh, okay.
So they all spent the whole time calling me either my child's mom or Miss Spring. And then they would just stop and I'd be, yes, what would you like?
Yep.
Or they would call me, I got one library person.
Ooh.
And it was it's like it's just this tiny little like first grader. And he comes up to my desk and he goes, um, excuse me, library person.
Ah, that's adorable.
Yes, child, what do you need?
I will do anything for you right now.
Right? It was cute.
Uh, good. Um, okay, so I don't have a fun fact because I didn't even get the outline.
I sent you the outline and also I told you we needed to do this. I don't know why you don't
Yeah.
just think of stuff and just have it like in a note
Hmm.
that you update.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but not with any of my busy time, you know.
You do trivia weekly. Just pick one of those.
I've always thought you wanted it to be on brand to what
Well,
we've
I
been
would
talking
prefer it
about.
to be on topic, yes, but give me something
Give you something, okay. All of a sudden I know nothing.
all of a sudden.
Yeah, easy. Um,
Hey, Mike, do you have a fun fact?
wait.
Anything.
Oh, in what country did mulled wine originate?
Germany,
No,
England.
no,
I don't know. Okay,
Italy.
bye. What? Italy?
Italy.
Oh, interesting.
It was the Romans.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. Go leave it to them to boil something that was perfectly fine and then drink it.
well,
Yeah.
you know,
All right, there's your fun fact for the day. And today's topic is all about. I don't have the outline, so I don't know what we're talking about.
beta readers.
Beta readers. That's right.
Do you know what
Yes.
that is?
Yeah. So it is a select group of people that you trust to give you honest and critical feedback, not just blow smoke up your horn, that you send your manuscript to and let them read. And then you get
Yeah,
feedback.
Yeah, it is. It's similar to a like a beta
In
test of a
literally anything
product,
else.
right?
Yeah.
But yes, it's normally you're sending them just like with a beta product. It's not the completely polished, finished manuscript.
Right.
It's finished in the sense that there should be an ending, right? It should be done.
Right. The
Um,
general, like 95% done. You're sending it to them and then they're giving you
it
their feedback.
actually, by the time it gets to a beta, it should be finished, ready to go. You should
Oh,
have
okay.
gone through a round of edits. Beta is basically, if you think of rounds of editing, and we've talked about different kinds of editing before, beta reading is like a developmental look at your manuscript,
Hmm.
generally.
Hmm.
Depending on your beta readers, they may also be looking for some line work and whatever. But they're looking at the big picture. And in order to do that, that big picture needs to be finished.
Yeah,
So if you're looking for help while you're writing your manuscript, that would be an alpha reader, right? Alpha comes
sure.
before beta.
Does it?
I know. So
Wow.
that would be somebody who's working with you at the idea level and who's helping
Hmm.
you, maybe finish if you're stuck on something or bounce ideas off of. But yeah, beta is the book is done. You've done at least a round of editing just to get everything smooth. It's ready to go, but it's not polished and ready for publication.
Sure. So that was our episode today. No. uh, Pause while Rachel's dying on the other side of the microphone.
I'm not dying. I have had this cough since January
Hmm.
and I just can't I can't get rid of it and it's very frustrating. Anywho, so now that we know what a beta reader is,
Hmm.
let's talk a little bit about some of the tricky points of finding a beta reader or a couple beta readers, finding ones
Hmm.
that you can trust, what they should be doing, what you should ask of them, all of those kinds of things.
Okay.
If you have never used a beta reader before, or if you've never been a beta reader before, this will be a good episode for you.
How many times have you been a beta reader?
I've betaed a lot. I don't
Ballpark.
I don't even know. It's been years.
Oh,
I meant a long, long time. But it depends what you consider. I mean, I've had friends who were writers since, grade school and middle school and high school. We would swap our stories back and forth. That's a
okay.
kind of
That
beta
doesn't.
reading. No,
Okay, but
because it is. You start getting the experience then of looking at somebody's work critically and being able to give feedback in a way that is not going to crush their soul
okay.
because that's important.
Quote
Um,
unquote professionally.
Professionally, in the sense that I was reading manuscripts for people that I didn't know
Yes.
personally. Probably I've been doing that for the last 10 years on and off.
We talking
Um,
20, 30, 50, 100.
I don't know. I can't give you a number because there
You
were
suck.
times when I was reading multiple manuscripts at once, and there were times when I wasn't reading any. I mostly now I beta read in a fan fiction sense
Sure.
where it's people that I know online that I'm reading short stories or sometimes just a scene. Sometimes it's longer. They're, 20, 30, 40,000 words, sometimes even longer
Hmm.
than that. But so many of them are, 2,000 words
Yeah.
that I can't give you a number. And now that I'm an editor, like I do this professionally, like,
Right.
you know, it's
Remove the
different.
quote unquote. Now it is professionally.
It is professionally, yes.
Yeah.
People pay me to do it, and it's not beta reading, but I'm
Yeah.
looking at a
Sure.
manuscript, I'm giving
Sure.
feedback. It's.
Okay. So, what are the kinds of things that one would want in a beta reader?
When you are looking for a beta reader, especially if you're finding, like, if you don't have individual people that you already know that you want to ask to beta read for you, if you're going to the internet and just putting out, hey, I need some beta readers, there are some things to keep in mind because a beta that does not fit your manuscript can be
Sure.
very, very harmful
Oh,
to
absolutely.
to your manuscript, to you as a writer. Not that they intend to be harmful. Some of them do. Some people are
No,
mean,
but
but
in the world of beer, like with all these different beer styles, I cannot stand IPAs. Can't do it. Hate the
because they're
taste.
gross.
Yeah, lots of people love them.
Ugh.
It would not be fair for me to critique how good an IPA is
Yes.
because I hate it.
Yes.
Right.
So that's the first point. When you're looking for beta readers, find somebody who reads in and enjoys the
Yeah.
genre that you're writing.
Don't go asking a Western fan to read your sci-fi and you know.
Yes, because when they hate it, because
Right.
they don't enjoy the kind of story that you're writing,
Well, I mean, I would really hope that a beta reader would be like, yeah, no, I'm not reading a sci-fi.
you would hope.
You would hope,
And
but
yet, there's a reason that this is my first piece of advice here.
some people's kids.
Yeah. And a lot of people mean well,
Sure.
especially if you know the writer and, a writer comes to you and says, "Hey, would you read my story?" And you say, "Yeah, I want to help you. I do." But they're writing, a hardcore thriller horror story that you don't enjoy. You're not helping them by reading
Yeah.
that. If it's not
So
something that you can enjoy and look at critically.
if you are approached, do yourself and them a favor.
Hmm.
Make sure that it's within your wheelhouse
Yes.
and vice versa.
Yes, it's a
If
lot
you are
better to
looking,
have the awkward conversation of, "I'm sorry, this is not a genre I enjoy. I don't think I can give you good feedback,"
yeah,
instead of trying to muddle your way through it and hating it the whole time. They can
right.
tell. Like, it
And
doesn't matter
then
how nice you are, they can tell that you hate it.
and then submitting a response saying, okay, look, instead of having them get murdered by an axe, why don't they go picking wildflowers together?
Yeah.
You know,
So that's your first step. Another thing you want to look for in a beta reader is somebody who can be your hype person. You
sure.
don't want them to only give you positive feedback. It does need to be,
Yeah.
you're looking for things to change, things to improve, what's not working. You need to be able to trust that they'll give you that. But if they can only give that to you in a way that makes you hate your book and want to quit writing, they are not the person for you. They should
Get a
want
different beta
to,
reader.
they should want to help you improve. And that includes cheering you on and telling you the things that you're
Sure.
doing well.
So maybe if you don't want to destroy friendships, don't ask a friend within reason.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Okay.
You also want to look for somebody who can give you quick and consistent feedback.
Okay.
Talk about a timeline, right?
Yeah.
Don't just say, "Hey,
Don't, yeah,
when you have time, when you get around to this," because that's how
because they
people
never
never ever
will.
read it. Yep.
Yep.
Give them a timeline. Make sure they can agree to that timeline and,
Yeah.
don't tell them, "I have a 200,000 word manuscript. I need it by the weekend." That's not fair.
No,
Give
but
them
I think it's completely reasonable to say, hey, my manuscript is 50,000 pages. Can you get this done in a
50,000
week?
pages.
I
Whoa.
don't I don't
Words,
know.
words,
Words,
50,000
words,
words.
words. 50,000 words. Can you get this done in a week? Can you get it back to me, in a week and a half, 2 weeks? I have no idea how long it takes to read.
Yeah,
So this
that
is
would be
just
a
bad.
tight that would be a tight
Okay.
turnaround. It's
Well,
doable, but
there's a good example. If you have a 50,000 word manuscript, give them longer than a week.
yeah, give them a reasonable amount of time. And
Okay.
it depends on, if you already have a relationship with these readers, and like with when I was working on my last manuscript, the one that I just published, Bethany was she was my
First,
editor, but
first word weaver or the other one?
no, the for my pen name, the Forged in Stone. And that manuscript is about 50,000 words. It was a little bit over. Um, and I needed it. I had a publication
Oh yeah,
deadline.
because you procrastinated like crazy.
I didn't
Yeah,
procrastinate.
don't. Yes, you
I
did.
No, I really didn't. I gave myself a really tight timeline and it was too tight. That was the problem.
Okay.
And I needed to write like over December
Yeah,
and
that was
just
dumb.
that was not a good choice. So
No.
I learned, but I did it. I made it work. I did it in 4 months. It was fine. But by the time I finished my manuscript and needed feedback on it, we were like 2 weeks from the publication date.
Uh-huh.
So when I gave it to Bethany, she knew this whole time, like she knew my deadline. It wasn't, I
Yeah, the
didn't
whole time
surprise
she's
her.
checking her watch, like, oh, is
Yeah, we were
anything?
checking in. She knew exactly where I was at. So when I finished it and like I had told her, she knew I'm getting close, I'm getting close. I should be able to send it to you soon. I need it back like as soon as you can get it
Immediately.
back to me. And she read my 50,000 word manuscript in like an afternoon. She powered through it.
Whoa.
But that is not something that you should expect of your beta readers. And she only did that because she knew what a tight timeline I was on, and she had the time. She was able to do it. It was amazing. And
All right, I'm clearing my afternoon,
she did. She told me
getting a
that. She
pot of
was
tea
like, you
on.
tell me when you're getting close, and I will block out the whole afternoon for you. She's amazing. Um,
Wow.
that is not normal. Give them a little bit more time, please, because
But find yourself a Bethany.
find yourself a Beth, or Bethany does this also professionally, so go to Bethany.
So find
Um,
Bethany. Yeah.
yep, Bethany Hensel. She's on all sorts of, everything. She's online. Check
She's
her
on
out.
this one podcast that yeah, I think they've been on a couple times now.
She does come on here a couple times, yeah.
Yeah, a couple, two,
Um,
three times.
but yeah, go talk to Bethany because she's amazing. But yes, most beta readers are not doing this professionally. They're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. And
Yeah.
it's, be reasonable when you're asking them for their help, for their
Yeah.
free help.
Yeah. Free help. That's a big thing.
Yes.
Unless you're talking to Bethany or you, then it's not free help.
Well, it is free help, but we swap.
Boy,
Like we read each other's stuff.
no, I'm talking to anybody else with you.
Oh
Like,
yeah, no,
yeah.
yeah. I please pay me for this. This is my job. But otherwise,
Yes.
and then if you're doing it professionally too, like you have a timeline, you have a contract, you know when the deadlines are,
Right.
like you agree to that. It's whatever. My last bullet point here is find somebody who we kind of already talked about this, but someone who is going to encourage you and motivate you
Yeah.
because they could be giving you the best feedback, but if they
Hmm.
don't do it in a way that's encouraging, it's it doesn't matter. And I had a beta reader who did this to me, and I had like every single one of these bullet points, they were the opposite. Like
No, no.
they may have been reading in my genre, I'm not sure, but the feedback that they gave me made me think very much that like you just don't want this to be a YA story. You want this to be something else.
It was Missy, wasn't
It was not Missy. Missy has always given me
it?
very good feedback. They were not a hype person at
Yeah.
all. They were very, very critical, and they did give good consistent feedback. So there's that.
Sure.
The problem was they gave feedback on like every other sentence, so it got really, really
Oh God.
overwhelming, and it was almost all negative.
Really?
So yes, and a lot of it was true. And like they were right about a lot of the comments that they made. But because all of it was negative,
Yeah.
I felt sick to my stomach every time I opened my email because I knew that
Ugh.
it was just going to be full of more that was wrong. And it wasn't in a way when I talk to Bethany and she tells me what's wrong with the story, because she does,
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel so excited to dig into it deeper and to make the changes that are going to make my story better.
Well, constructive criticism.
Yes, and that is not the kind of feedback I got from that other beta reader. I stopped
Oh.
writing for almost a year.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was
Who
bad.
is this? Who is this? I'll
I,
go beat him up.
it was a long time ago. Part of it too
Do
was
I know
that
this person?
no, you don't. It
Ah,
was some beta reader on the internet. I put out
some
and said,
beta
"Hey, I need
reader.
beta readers," and this person responded, and I didn't know what to look for in a beta reader. I didn't know how to vet them. I didn't ask any questions beforehand, and that was on me. I
Yeah.
needed to, you learn that as you go, but I
Yeah.
am telling you now, listeners, don't make my mistakes. Here's what you need to
Yeah.
do.
Well, to this beta reader out there, I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah,
I,
no.
I will find you
Like I
and
said,
I
it was
will no.
lessons I needed to learn, and
Yeah.
People tell you as a writer you need to have thick skin. Nothing gives you thicker skin than an experience like that. At that point, somebody says something mean about your book, and you're like, well, at least it wasn't that beta reader. They could have said it better.
Right.
Anyway, so once you find your readers,
Hmm.
here are a couple things you want to keep in mind when you are setting up the parameters of, your expectations. Be very clear about what you are writing and the kind of feedback that you're seeking. So if you're ready to publish something and you need reader feedback, say that. If you are coming off of a really, really bad beta pass and you are feeling like absolutely no confidence and you're the worst writer ever and you just need somebody to say something nice about your work, say that.
Oh,
That's okay. It's
sure.
called a positivity pass, and it's a thing that people definitely do and ask for. And,
Okay.
it's good. There are times when you just need to be assured that you don't suck. That's
Right.
okay. But if that's what you need and you don't say that
Yeah.
and you get more critical, that's not going to be good. Don't do that to
No.
yourself.
Okay.
And your betas need to know what to look for as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So be clear about your expectations, what kind of feedback you're looking for. If there's something specific that you want them to look for, again, tell them that. Don't just hope that they know what you want.
And this is not, don't send it to them and say like, "Hey, I need you to look through this and find spelling errors." This is
Right.
not that kind of,
Right.
reading. This is grand picture, grand
Yeah.
scheme of things.
And like with when I send my stuff to Missy, because she beta
Hmm.
reads for me, and she is really, really good at giving me a response as a reader,
Sure.
which seems like obviously, beta reader. But a lot
Yeah,
of
but
beta
I,
readers
I
are
don't know. You
writers.
can exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And she gives me the feedback of just somebody who is enjoying a story, not picking it
Yeah.
apart, not analyzing it. And she gives me really good, this part didn't really make sense. I didn't understand where this was going. I had some questions about that. That's stuff you
Hmm.
need to know,
Yeah.
but she
Because
does it
that's
from the
and everybody else is going to have that same
right.
question.
Exactly. She does it
Yeah.
from the perspective of a reader.
She's a
And
consumer.
it's a very helpful perspective to
Yeah.
have. So when I'm getting feedback from her, like that's what I'm asking for. As a
Hmm.
reader, does this make sense? When I'm asking for feedback from Bethany, I'm asking very different questions.
Sure.
So, just be clear on that so that the
Yeah.
reader knows what they're supposed to be looking for. We kind of touched on this already, but another important thing to do is to set a schedule and decide how you're going to share feedback. So, have a timeline. Can
Yep.
we get this done in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, depending on how long your story is, maybe even longer. It really depends. Are you going to do it in a Google Doc where they can make comments and
Oh,
you can see
sure.
it the whole, back and forth the whole time? Some writers, want to be able to see, like, as the reader is going through, as the beta reader is going through and making comments.
Hmm.
And sometimes I've had beta readers say, I don't want you looking over my shoulder while I'm reading this. Can you just wait until I'm finished and then take a
Okay.
look? So both are totally valid,
Yeah.
but have that discussion beforehand. Because if it comes up like in the middle of the read where the beta reader now is feeling really uncomfortable that you are looking at each of their
Yeah.
comments as they're making them, you know,
Yeah.
discuss that ahead of time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Also, again, keep in mind that most of the time, beta reading is a volunteer position.
Yep.
They are doing this for free. Maybe as a swap, but reciprocate when you can.
Yeah.
Being able to, like Bethany and I do, we swap each other's stories, we give each other feedback. Like that's a good way to, you
Well,
know,
it strengthens the community that is
right.
writing.
It's a good way to build relationships with other
Yeah.
readers or other writers or readers, both.
Yep.
A lot of writers are readers. It's a good way to improve your own writing, to beta read other people's work and be able to give feedback. So it's
Yeah.
not
You
that
have
you're
said
doing
that a
it,
few times.
yeah, not that you're doing it completely for free. You're getting something out of the experience, but
Right.
it's a good idea to to give that back when you can.
Yeah.
When you are looking for beta readers, there are
Okay.
a couple different places that you can go to try and find them. Um, the first and maybe easiest and also hardest is online.
Yeah.
Going to the writing community wherever you hang out. It used to be Twitter. That's, and I'm talking like 5+ years ago. It hasn't been Twitter in a while.
Oh,
Probably even longer than that. But that's where you like when I joined the online writing community, everybody was on Twitter and
hmm.
it was amazing. That was where I found that other beta reader, which did not work out super well for me. But I did also find several beta readers that were really, really good and gave me really good
Sure.
feedback
Sure.
and whose stuff I read and I felt like I improved by reading their stuff. Now, Facebook is an option. Um,
Reddit.
Reddit, yeah. I find a lot of I've kind of settled into my new writing community on Threads.
Okay.
Um, Discord, I'm in a
Discord.
couple
Sure.
writing groups. So YouTube, there's some, you know, so find wherever you're finding your people, pick a community and get to know them
Test
there.
it out.
Yeah, get to know
Yeah.
people, engage in conversations. That's really, I mean, it sucks for introverts. I'm sorry, but the only way to make those connections is to actually talk to people and like make connections. It sucks. I'm
And
sorry.
I think we just lost half the listeners.
I know. I'm sorry. But then you like meet people that you like and you start talking to, and then like you have friends, and
Oh my God, is that what extroversion is?
I know it sucks. It's the worst.
I know nothing about that.
Yeah. So that's a good place to start. You can also look into local writing groups. If you're in an area that, a bigger city, there should be tons and tons of local writing groups. Just go
Yeah.
to check out your library, check out bookstores, coffee shops, places that introverted people hang out,
Breweries.
breweries, maybe if it has the right vibes. Like Sawmill has a good introvert
Yeah,
vibe,
it does.
but they're not all like that. Those are, I think kitty. Was he purring? Was that why you were
Yeah.
holding
Yeah, he
him
was purring. I was
captive?
trying to. Well, he won't leave me alone. He keeps going up on my leg and
I
pawing
know
at me
Blue
because
is
he
doing
wants
the same
pets.
thing. Yeah. No, I couldn't hear any purring. The microphone cut it out. That was rude.
Uh, yeah, that is very rude.
But having the that local support is really helpful, especially if and when you publish, if that's your goal is publishing, knowing local, excuse me, knowing local writers is really helpful for in-person events.
Hmm.
Like we have a lot of local craft shows and markets and things, and
Yeah.
the writers in my writer group, my local in-person writing group, we go in on tables together and we split the cost that way. And
Yep.
it's it's a lot easier to sit at a table with people and talk about each other's books than it
Yeah.
is to feel like you're constantly trying to sell your own books.
It's
And
all about networking.
it is. And I mean, we sell each other's books all the
Yeah.
time. Like we make lots of sales for each other. It's great. Instead of trying to feel like you're constantly, buy my book, buy my book,
Right.
buy my book. So again, making those stupid relationships and
Yep. Yep.
networking and
Yep.
like being a part of the community, it sucks, but it works and it's actually
Terrible,
really,
terrible things.
really great and rewarding, unfortunately. Last option is online publishing, like publishing directly to readers.
Okay.
And this is actually, in fan fiction, this works really well. You publish directly to a site like Archive of Our Own or fanfiction.net or whatever,
Yeah.
where readers are going there specifically to find your writing or writing like yours, and they're giving you the feedback directly that way.
Yeah.
I have made some beta relationships doing that, like
Okay.
through fan fiction specifically. Um, but there's Royal Road is an option for original work. They do mostly like fantasy and lit RPG.
Hmm.
I think some sci-fi is on there too, but that those tend to do well.
No Westerns.
I mean, you can put whatever you want on there, but the readership tends to skew more
All right.
fantasy. Inkitt is another option. What's Wattpad, I
Okay.
think is still a thing that it used to be like just fan fiction, but there's a lot more original work on there now. Some people are publishing there first. If you publish on those platforms, though, be aware that if you're pursuing traditional publishing, that they're not going to like that. They want it to be, if you plan on querying an agent, they don't want you to have your work up online somewhere else. So, I mean, finding a private beta reader and sending it to them one-on-one, that's fine.
Yeah.
But publishing online, maybe stay
And
away
then
from
trying to
that.
publish.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
stay away from that if you plan on pursuing trad publishing. If you're going to self-publish, you can still do that, but you'll probably need to take it down before you
Sure. Sure.
publish. But finding your readers, getting your relationships that way, that's a
Yeah.
good option.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about giving feedback as a beta reader, but we're kind of running out of time, so I think maybe
Do that for another
we'll save
episode.
that for next time.
Yeah.
And also how to say no if somebody asks you to beta read and you either can't or don't want to.
It's easy. Go ahead and ask me.
No,
No.
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 There's, especially when your goal is to build relationships with other writers, it can be a delicate,
Yeah.
unfortunately, fortunately, I don't know, whatever. There's pros and cons, but writers tend to be kind of emotional. So it can be tricky to say no to somebody or to have to tell them after you've started their project, like,
Yeah.
this is not something that I can give you good feedback on. It's
Yeah.
a really awkward conversation to have, but it's important to be able to do. So we'll talk about that another time
Yeah.
because
Okay. Well, then what is our word of the day today?
I picked this word. I don't know where it came from. I was just thinking, what's a word? Here's what popped up. Vagrant.
Vagrant.
Vagrant
Okay.
is a person who lacks regular employment, one
Yeah.
without fixed abode,
Mm-hmm.
a tramp, or a loafer.
Tramp.
Tramp.
You tramp.
Yeah, good one.
I think we need to bring that one back. Tramp.
Yeah.
Not vagrant, just tramp.
Vagrant comes from the mid 15th century,
Ooh, that's older than I thought.
probably from Anglo-French, all sorts of,
Okay.
spelling variations, which is said in many sources to be a noun use of the past participle of Old French, valcrer, valcrer, meaning to
Sure.
wander,
Oh, okay.
from Frankish or Germanic, vaken,
Vakken.
from the same source as Old Norse, vaka, wander,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
English walk.
Okay. There you go.
So
I
all
mean, it makes sense.
stems, all comes from the same, yeah, person who
Yeah.
walks around.
Person who walks around. I like it.
Under this theory, the word was influenced by Old French and Latin from to wander or stroll about, but another theory is that the Anglo-French word ultimately is from the Old French with the intrusive unetymological R, vagant,
Mm. Okay.
I
You
guess.
you were building up to something so big and then
I
you just
didn't read this beforehand, so the
vagant.
way that they worded it made it seem like it was building to something. So that's how I read it, but then
So you just built it up, and then
it let me down.
vagant.
Enym Online let me down.
Uh, way to go.
There's nothing in vagant to lead to a variation vagrant, but the fact that there is no other E words ending in agant, and that there are several familiar words ending in agrant, as fragrant, flagrant, with many words in grant, may have caused the change. That's from Century Dictionary, 1891.
Okay. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. So vagrant, that is our word of the day.
That's the word of the day.
Um, and yeah, I guess let's wrap this up, huh?
Yeah. Now you're
Okay.
going to have to do the long part from memory.
If you enjoyed the show today, please remember to leave us a review, share with a friend who needs to learn some grammar. Um, oh God, I don't remember.
It's a long one.
It
I mean, we've
is.
only been doing it weekly for the last year and a half,
Yeah,
but
right. Wherever. You can also sign up for Rachel's newsletter, editing newsletter at rosedeanediting.com. It's rosedene.com to get your free 7 steps to line editing checklist.
good job.
Ah.
I'm also offering a free first page edit through my Line Edits and Action series, which you can sign up for on my website, and you'll be entered into a weekly drawing for a free line edit of your opening page.
And join us next week as we dive into
Subverting tropes.
mhm.
No, it's awesome. It's fun.
Okay. Subverting tropes.
Yeah,
Okay. Riveting stuff here.
it
Hmm.
is.
Join us next week as we get into that. Uh, yeah, and remember, words are hard.
We're here to help. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Thanks so much. Uh, okay, bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Well, no, for the recording.
Okay.